Alright, we're keeping this 7. We're on the draw. Looks like we're playing against red-green lands, most likely. And they have Punishing Fire in their deck, which is really good against Elvish Reclaimer. Alright, that's a great card that we do want to see. We're gonna play the stage out here. Because if we play the Vesuva untapped and they sacrifice it to crop rotation, then we don't have a second land. That could produce mana, that is. Getting above 20 is kind of huge in this matchup. So, let's see. Could go for a Cloudpost here. I think we're gonna do that. So we have crop rotation. We got loads of options here. And then potentially next turn we will have a Premium Titan. Alright, they got their depths. Now I think we can tap green. And we're gonna get Yavimaya of our own. It looks like our opponent might be thinking about casting crop rotation and wasteland as. Alright. Hopefully they don't have a second crop rotation. Because that would really wreck us. Maybe they're making the depths here. Yeah, just to make sure we can. They're hedging their bets because we searched at the end of their turn. Alright, so we can just get Caracas here if we want to, really. But we don't really have, well, that is kind of the safer way to do it. I think we'll go for Caracas. bounce it now. And then we'll play Maze of Ith. No, Bojuka Bog, sorry. They can't loam. And then we'll keep this open. And at the end of the turn we can fetch Yavimaya if we need to. Cast our prime time. We kind of want to keep both these lands around, so I think we're gonna just bank on them not sacrificing their Yavi during our upkeep. That would be kind of silly. Alright, so now we can get and go above 20. We'll get Glimmer Post and a Cloudpost. And yeah, let's swing here. Since we don't have any I think we might have just Alright, so Force of Vigors come in, Endurance comes in, Surgicals come in, Kozilek comes out, Walking Ballista comes out. We'll side out our own Dark Depths. And we need a few more, so how about Once Upon a Time, since we're setting in all these non-creature cards. And what else here? The rest of these cards are so good. Oh yeah, that's right. Tabernacle, and we'll leave in Maze of Ith. So that's 61. Yep, that's a great. And this looks like a solid hand, somewhat. We do have Craft Rotation and Force of Vigor, so those are both pretty important cards. Endurance also, so I think we keep this. Ulamog I'm not happy to see in our opener, but this is a great hand otherwise. Against lands on the draw. Can lead off with basic forest, so we don't have to worry about wasteland. Now we could Craft Rotation here, but that would be a huge waste. Alright, now we'll play Yavimaya. Next turn we can actually hardcast Endurance. Alright, so Light from the Loam. I think, alright, so do we want to cast Endurance here or Craft Rotation? I think we'll do Craft Rotation for Bojuka Bog. And call it that. It's always weird with those types of plays because they're gonna get life from the loam back, but we can cast something in response as well. And I've found myself doing this. Let's see, is there any real advantage? So do we want to play Endurance here? Or do we want to play Overture Claimer? So we have 2 lands in the graveyard. So Overture Claimer is susceptible to removal from Punishing Fire, so I think Endurance is the better play here. And we'll let them get it back if they want it, because then they're going to be wasting a whole turn just trying to get some lands back. So then here we're going to flash an Endurance. Our opponent blanks. And we just bought ourselves a whole turn somewhat. Alright, so now we're gonna go Needle on Wasteland. It's always the first thing 90% of the time against lands to name. And then we will attack here. We're not going to F6 because we want to represent crop rotation. Next turn, we have the ability to start digging for the lands we need to get to prime time and to bring us up to 21. Alright. Alright, that actually, I think I was a little overly confident with this one here. I think I probably should have just taken them off of Life from the Loam when I had the chance. That was like a greedy play. We'll go. Well, we only have 2 lands in graveyard, so we can't really bank on. So we're gonna try to get Ramun up, and if we can survive for 1 more turn. Oh no, they're gonna fling a 20/20 at us. I forget about that. Let's see if they do it. Alright, they could have just won the game there, but instead they chose to get our Endurance. Hopefully there's no shenanigans here. If they have a wasteland, we're probably dead anyway. If we can get to 6 and cast a prime time, we might still be in this. Crop rotation? What do they have here? Alright, so it looks like we are gonna cast a prime time here. But what do we get? That is the important part. I think we kind of need double Glacial Chasm. Does our opponent have Wasteland? Let's see. So if we only have 1. We gain 4 life. That's not good enough. They can make it 20/20. So we need Glacial Chasm and we're gonna get a Cloudpost. Then, during our opponent's upkeep, we can force a Vigor. Oh, that was a punt. We were supposed to get another Vesuva and take life from the home. Remove their graveyard. Alright, here comes the 20/20. Do we want those or do we want Urza Saga? I think we'll do those. And if we survive, we will go from there. I feel like our opponent doesn't have a wasteland. Oh, we have a Needle naming wasteland. So another line they could do is if they can get Blast Zone, blow up our Needle, and then use a wasteland. That's another line. For some reason I thought Otawara was just creatures. They only had to pay 2 for it. Alright, we were pretty sloppy that game. Let's see if we can do better. This looks solid. But we don't have any third land draw. I think if we would have played that a little differently, we definitely could have won that game. The endurance, we could have cast it, removing their life from the loam to get that to the bottom of the graveyard. I mean library. Instead, we tried to out-tempo them, which is not what our deck wants to do, usually. Alright. So, this is a good opportunity for us to use crop rotation. And what do we get with crop rotation? Jukabog, perhaps? Cloudpost, perhaps? I think Bog is like the safer play. Because then, if they have Life from the Loam right now, they can't wasteland whatever other land we get. So, now Life from the Loam gets them nothing, and next turn we hardcast Endurance and put it on the bottom of the library. Then they are in top deck mode with nothing going on really. Endurance is a really great card in this matchup. Alright, so we can target our own library with Endurance, which is pretty cool. And let's see here, we could get Cloudpost. But I don't really want to leave them a window. Because if we get Cloudpost here, then we are leaving ourselves open. Crop rotation was a great draw, by the way. Alright, so we could have responded to their crop rotation and sacrifice our own Yavimaya, but what they don't know is that we have Interesting. They chose not to block. I think it's because they see that we're at 22, so... Yep, and 0 cards in hand at the end of their turn. That's it. Caracas style. Caracas. Now our opponent is left with not much. So now do we search here for a land? I think we just leave it. Then here we can play another map, and then at the end of our opponent's turn, we can search for a land. We'll get a Cloudpost this time. Then we'll get another Cloudpost. Oh, we played a land. What am I talking about? Crop rotation is the most important card in this matchup. Now, what do we have in the graveyard? We got lots of great lands, so we could Green Sun Zenith for probably not, but that's kinda not what we need to be doing. We are the control deck right now. And next turn we have a if we want to here, we can cast Primeval Titan, which we're going to do after we attack. Gonna get double Cloudpost. Actually, yeah, double Cloudpost. And then at the end of their turn, we'll search for Ivugan.